Hello and welcome to another episode of Everything Important. This is the series where I tell you what important things happened in the latest episode of Dragon Ball Super. This week is episode 103, so let's jump into it. We learned that Android 17 and Goku have similar personalities in this episode. They are both willing to pretend to be evil when accused of being so. Also, they both enjoy studying the unique fighting style of their opponents. Could these similarities potentially lead to Goku and Android 17 becoming friends? Goku's fight with Rosie is less than interesting to say the least. He's not even Super Saiyan, so he's definitely not struggling, but she employs the idea of feints being used on a physically stronger opponent, which does foreshadow the rest of the episode. Rosie uses Shittier Hell Zone Grenade, or Shit Zone Grenade as I like to call it, which once again seems only to be used to remind us that it exists so we can be more excited for when Piccolo uses it later in the episode. Honestly though, it accomplishes the opposite. Even with the cool Android 17 versus Piccolo throwback in the way that 17 protected Goku, it still doesn't feel necessary that anyone other than Piccolo should use that technique. Another example of instant transmission being used in combat. It's really useful to have as many of these as possible since people downplay Goku's ability to do so. I will say it right now, Goku can use instant transmission in combat, guaranteed. Let's stop downplaying his speed in combat by not including this ability. The Yardrat saves Brienne and Rosie from being knocked off, similar to the use of Hit's time skip to save Caulifla. This is a good strategy. One that Goku should really start employing if possible, but knowing his character, he won't. Both Android 17 and Piccolo tell Goku not to let his guard down. If this episode has shown us anything so far, it's that they love foreshadowing. Is this a sign of Goku's inevitable defeat? Or is it crazy to say that Goku's new form comes from him being able to always be on guard without losing the ability to relax? The same way that Whis told him and Vegeta to be in the very beginning of the series. Everything important will turn over every stone to find potential theories. Gohan squares off against Botamo and manages to ring him out by punching him into the air and then blasting him off. But how does that work? Botamo sends all attacks to another dimension, so if they're sent to another dimension, then how is the kinetic energy of the attacks creating lift? Perhaps they retcon the ability, but it's weird to do so without addressing it. It's also possible that the statement was hyperbole, but if it is, then Goku should have pushed him back with his punches during their fight. The ability just seems inconsistent. Also, now that Botamo is gone, Vegeta is basically eliminated by proxy, and Universe 6 is finally down a fighter. G-Cole was easily defeated by the Yardrat. Weird, since the spoilers hyped him up as the yoga fighter. This is further proof that the episode summaries say what they want to say about the episode, and not actually what truly happens. Gohan begins his fight with Obuni, who uses ki feints to trick Gohan. This adds credence to what I said in my Goku vs. the Trio of Danger video. I said that I believed a loss of ki sense is equivalent to a loss of sight, or perhaps even worse than that, since the Z fighters have been relying on it heavily since they learned it. Gohan has known how to do it since he was a toddler, so it's no surprise that ki feints would throw him off. Even Whis is saying that this would cause an issue for an experienced fighter. When Whis says it, we know it's true. When Gohan finally rings out Obuni, he also ends all of Universe 10. This makes Universe 10 the second universe to be erased, and, unfortunately, Gowasu never makes any statements about Zamasu like I wanted him to. We had a really good chance to get a non-comedic moment from Gowasu, but it was wasted. However, the moment that Gohan sees Obuni's pendant open on the ground is really an amazing way for the characters to realize their destruction and this tournament will affect their loved ones. All of their loved ones, not just the people at the tournament. This also allows Gohan to understand that the people he's been fighting are not necessarily bad. Most of them aren't. They are simply trying to fight for their own existences and their own loved ones. This is very deep stuff that I hope isn't dropped in the future. The scene with Universe 10's angel, Cuss, will probably be one of the most discussed scenes of the episode, to the point that I may have to make a separate video on it, but for now, know that my basic thoughts are simply that she liked her god of destruction and would have been happy if her universe wasn't destroyed. She seems to have been in a position where she could have fun and be friendly with not only the god of destruction of Universe 10, but also the mortals and Goas. It's very possible that she enjoys being a servant, but like I said, I might elaborate more on this in a future video. Simply put, no, I don't think this kills my Grand Priest theory. The episode ends with the fight between Hit and Dispo being hyped up for the next episode. I am truly excited for next week and actually might make a video discussing the episode preview. Keep an eye out for it. But that's it. Everything important in episode 103. Now, as I do every week, it's time for my ramblings and review. Overall, this was a very good episode, in my opinion. We got a spotlight put on Gohan and Piccolo, who both had very cool fights. I really like that Piccolo pretended to be struggling just so he could do the Hell Zone grenade without it being questioned. It was a pretty interesting strategy. And Gohan's fight was pretty nice to see him overcome something. So instead of him just fighting, being stronger, I'm fighting, but now you're too strong, gotta go Mystic. Now I'm Mystic, Ultimate Gohan, I'm gonna beat you up. It was more so, even when he went Ultimate, he couldn't defeat his opponent through raw strength. He needed to use his brain a little bit more, and that's what I like to see from Gohan. Makes him different from his father. Though, this is the type of stuff that Goku would think of too. So Gohan takes the hits, he fights back. Whenever he gets hit, he knows where his opponent is. Very, very good stuff. Android 17 and Goku versus the Universe 2 chicks. I could take it or leave it, honestly. I thought it was very nice to see Goku and 17 sort of working together, but overall it sort of led to nothing because no one got knocked off. So it's kind of a wash. The fact that we saw the Yardrat eliminate someone was pretty interesting. I mean, I kind of thought the Yardrat was fodder because of how he got easily blasted away from Goku by Caulifla. But that just might have been because the Yardrat was off guard, as opposed to actually being representative of his strength. I mean, can we say that Goku getting shot with the laser was representative of his strength? No. So why would we think this is representative of the Yardrat's strength? But overall, the episode was very good. We had some good moments. We finally got another universe destroyed, and I was pretty happy with it. I do like Tate as an animator. I'm sure most people do. Sometimes he gets a bit too abstract for my liking, but this episode was pretty good about not being too abstract for the most part. I like it when we have episodes where his movements look super fluid, but not possible. When we get super fluid movements that aren't possible, that also look like the characters a bit more, then I'm happy. Sometimes he stretches them a bit too much and warps them a little bit too much, takes away too much of the detail, which takes away too much from the character design, so they're unrecognizable, or at least less recognizable. But overall, Tate's an amazing animator, in terms of just pure animation quality. So that's my rambling and review of this episode. But what do you guys think? Leave your opinions and counterpoints in the comments down below, and subscribe if you want more Dragon Ball videos. But for now, video outro!